music. This is Mauler with special guest, General Jorge. Hi, General Jorge. How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for coming on.
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for having me.
Yes. We're going to be covering a assortment of things today. Suicide Squad, we're going to be covering that. What we all have been playing. We're going to be giving new characters, new DLC, Overwatch, Berserk anime that me and Mauler have been watching, and much, much more. And I have still been playing The Division. I don't know why. I keep quitting the game and I keep playing it.
You're getting tired of it.
I am. I'm eventually. I will eventually get to the point where I'm just kind of like, all right, fuck this game. But it's the revenge shit that just feels so good. Like I was telling you yesterday, I was extracting, and then they sticky bombed me, and it didn't work. I healed. I downed him. Then he came back and he tried it again. And it didn't work.
How do you sticky bomb someone and it doesn't work?
Yeah, like
how much damage would?
Oh, I apparently had enough. I had a quarter thing of health left. You know, after he sticky bombed me. And you know the dumb thing is like after he sticky bombed me, he didn't do anything. This is the mistake they're making. After he sticky bombed me, he just kind of stands there and expects me to be dead. And he doesn't shoot me. If he started shooting me, I would have been fucking dead. But he's just like, he's just standing there in fucking amazement that I'm alive. He's like,
it works with the AI. I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know why he's not crawling in a pool of his own shit and blood. What the fuck? This game is gay. And he came back and did it again, and it didn't work. I killed him both times. He went rogue first. I didn't attack him first. There is a guy, though. There is a guy. We'll say this on the podcast. There is a gamer tag that if I see him in the division, if I see you, and he has the funniest name ever, but he is the biggest cock. His name is I Prefer Syrup.
I prefer syrup.
This asshole,
okay.
Every time he sees me, tries to go rogue on me. It's just, I don't know why. It's just like, what? No.
These names are getting ridiculous. Last night when we were playing Titanfall, I saw a guy with a name "Dicks Out for Harambe." Like
that is amazing.
It's amazing. It's getting out of control.
Oh my god!
It's getting out of control.
Jorge,
pretty
much. Jorge, you've come back from work and you are currently. What are you currently streaming?
I'm doing the Fallout 4 DLCs. I was broadcasting the Titanfall 2 pre-alpha whatever test that they wanted to call it this weekend or last weekend. So I was broadcasting Titanfall 2 and it's been mainly Fallout 4 to try to get everything done before Nuka World drops.
All right. Releases, what did you think of the Titanfall tech multiplayer? Like, I didn't get a chance to play it. I missed out on it because, you know, waifu. What did you guys think?
I thought it was pretty good.
All right, what are the main differences?
Didn't have any.
Like, what are some, besides obviously the grappling hook that you can shoot out like Scorpion.
Rodeoing for one.
Rodeoing is a lot different. You don't actually like rip apart the Titan and start firing in it. You just remove the battery. And so rodeo, so when you rodeo a Titan, it's a lot quicker. So it's a little harder to defend against. I feel that Titan matches aren't really balanced. The movement seemed smoother to me, and like a lot of the mechanics pretty much stayed the same. Like I felt that like jumping and running were at a good pace, and I thought they were at a good pace at Titanfall. They're pretty much the same, but we've got the slide, and that adds a whole different element to a lot of different things. And you've got the gravity star.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If you're sprinting, you can press B and you'll slide.
Oh, no shit.
What seems to be a little too long. Especially like if you're in the grass and the dirt, you still slide for like 15 feet. So that's a little weird, but
Kind of wonder if it's like, but when you think about it, you wonder if it's like thrusters on your back. You know, you have thrusters, so maybe
yeah, that's
that is
true.
what really comes into play.
Maybe
You
that's
know,
part of your
rather than
parkour system. Yeah.
yeah, rather than sliding, you know, like you're literally sliding across the grass. I like to think
That
that
would be
maybe the
hilarious.
thrusters are activating. But but yeah, there are
Give me some
some
horrible raspberries on a concrete surface, wouldn't it? You're like, oh my god, it sucks so much! This isn't doing me any advantage at all!
birds.
It burns!
Birds.
Oh, my knees are on
Well,
fire!
You get a pretty sweet suit, so
Yeah, no, yeah. I like the.
Why am I
I
fucking
like
up
the
this
new
expensive
characters.
suit by sliding on the concrete?
I
My
like
boss
the
is gonna
I like the
kill
character
me!
designs. I like the new character designs. I think it's kind of
yeah, I
interesting.
think it's interesting that
Hmm.
the
They're including
holy crap.
drone-like characters,
Well,
like specters or
oh
something, kind of.
yeah, Spectres. There we go. I couldn't. I knew it started with an S, but I
Yeah,
couldn't. It was crazy. But the Spectres, like the Spectres, are pilots now.
there's a
So
couple like unique. I want to say unique
yeah,
Is
look,
that like
looking
when I tuned in
specters.
your stream, both of your streams, um, that kind of confused me. I was like, why is a character a specter? It looked like like the legs look
And not only
like
that, yeah,
legs that
yeah,
you would give like
little
paraplegics, you know?
crutches. Yeah, like
Yeah.
crutches. Yeah. It looks like they were put together in a makeshift manner.
Oh,
You know what
okay,
I'm
kind of
saying?
like,
Like
oh shit,
yeah.
we're just gonna like
just put these fucking things together real fast. Yeah, like we'll take
wouldn't it be
this
awesome
Spectre
if one of
head.
them was named Number 5?
It would be
number
nice.
Yeah.
number 5.
um but yeah, I want to say about the movement, I feel there is a
After playing it
difference.
with me last night, yeah, you
After
definitely
playing
felt it.
Titanfall with you last night, I felt like it was so weird. I played Titanfall 2 so much over the weekend, and it just felt different. It really did feel different. And you could just feel like with Titanfall 1, it's a lot more fluid. The movement is a lot faster and fluid. There is fluidity with the new Titanfall 2, but it just feels like it's more controlled as compared to Titanfall 1, where you can hop all over the damn place and you're launching yourself everywhere and just moving like you it's almost like it's magnetic almost when you're wall running. It felt magnetic, you know what I mean? Like the trees, like in that one map. What is that one map called? Swamp or
Yeah,
marsh or
I
some
have no
shit.
there's
idea.
swamp. Yeah,
Yeah,
swamp.
getting up on those trees, I would be going from tree to tree with hardly doing anything. Like I would latch onto the tree and just start wall running. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fast. It just felt very. This is too fast. Yeah, it just felt different. It did feel different for me.
Yeah, I
However, a
was
lot of
jumping
the.
from tree to tree in that map last
Mhm.
night, and if you miss a tree, you don't realize how high up you climbed when you
Yeah,
finally
no,
fall. You're like, yeah, this is awesome. Oh
yeah,
shit.
you can get the achievement for that too. There's like an achievement
I think
Oh yeah, I
I
had
did
no
teaching
get
idea.
it.
yourself.
I actually did get that achievement
Yeah,
last night. It gave it to me at the very end. It's weird. It gives you that shit
yeah,
at the end of the match. It doesn't give it to you like when
yeah.
you achieved it. It gives you, and I guess that would be a good reason not to quit matches. I mean, like if you quit a
Not to
match
quit
early
matches.
and you achieve the achievement, does it still give you the achievement? And
That is a
Nobody
good
knows.
question.
who's on first?
Nobody knows.
Who's
The world
now the
doesn't know.
melee
Like
system in the first one is kicking.
Oh, it's
So Jorge,
yeah,
what
the
was the melee
melee
system
system.
like?
it was still the same. You'd come up behind your opponent and you'd snap their neck. But if you were facing your opponent, like you basically just bash the shit out of them.
Is it
I
still
feel
this
like it's more
Jean-Claude Van
forceful.
Damme kick, or is
No, no, it's
No,
not.
no, no. It's not a kick. You just literally just
that
bash them with whatever's in your
like the
hand.
buddy or gun
So
type shit?
yeah, so it seems
Okay.
that like the melee uh for face to face is a little more visceral. It's
Okay.
it's it's filled with a little more base emotion. And I liked that. That was pretty cool. But like as far as the movement goes, because I just wanted to add that uh I never really ran into the issues in Titanfall 2 that you're talking about, Mauler. Like I get where you're coming from, but like for me, uh Titanfall 2 actually seemed more fluid than Titanfall 1. It felt like uh sometimes in Titanfall you would just struggle over simple obstacles or things like that. And the only real problem I had in Titanfall 2 was not placing the grapple where I should when I released it. And then I just, end up doing something ridiculous like grappling into a wall for no reason. But like the grapple, if you use that thing properly, like you can grapple and then you can like just shoot yourself through an entire building.
Slingshot. Yeah, you can
if you're
slingshot.
doing it properly. And yeah, like both games are fluid, but I felt that Titanfall 2 was a little more
I feel
fluid.
like it's smoother. It is smoother. I'll say that it's smoother. The movement transitioning and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's very smooth. But what I meant when I should clarify what I meant with Titanfall 1, I feel like there is fluidity. It's just that it's more fast paced. The movement is more free. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words. Like the only issue, I wouldn't say I had any issues moving around in Titanfall 2. I liked it.
Yeah.
But the only issue I did run into was whenever I'd be falling or, just coming down from a jump, I would find myself getting stuck to certain things, on the walls. And, if you're up against a wall, you automatically, that's still a problem for me. I wish that there was a way to avoid that, but sometimes
the wall hang? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah,
kind of like the wall hang, the brief wall hang. It happens just briefly, and then you're back down if you don't touch anything. But but I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I feel like Titanfall 2 is definitely smoother in terms of the movement.
When it comes to like the melee was always inconsistent with me. But last night I fucking melee 5 people in a row, and it was like the greatest feeling ever. And it wasn't like the animated one where you snap the neck. It's just like ran up to him, karate kick, ran up to him, karate kick, ran up to him, karate kick. And the fourth one, I ran up and kicked him in the back of the head, which was just the funniest shit I've ever seen in Titanfall. It's just like it just ran up like God. He was like, and I'm like,
I really noticed that the improvement is there for the melee for Titanfall 2. Like Titanfall 1, last night I had no luck meleeing people. Nam, I don't know how you pulled off.
I don't know what the fuck that was going on. I was just like,
but my melees were not connecting. My melees were not connecting. In Titanfall 2, I feel like it connects a lot faster, and it's that much more accurate. You don't have much of a lunge, but like when you're right up in somebody's face and you make that punch, it's like you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like you feel that fucking force, boom, and it connects really well. No.
Yeah, sometimes it's a surprise in Titanfall 2 when you melee somebody and it worked so well. And I think they do have a little issue in Titanfall 2 with the range of the melee. It seemed a little off. But like I get your point on Titanfall. Like I was playing Titanfall yesterday, and there was some bird brain. Like all he did was jump and kick around this whole building, and we're both running around, and he's jumping and kicking, and I'm shooting my rifle, and I am like, oh my God. And he's literally kicked me like 3 times. I'm not dead, but finally he got me, and I'm like, wow, what an idiot. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like melee should not be like this. Like that guy jumping around kicking is outrunning my bullets. I didn't know I had to pace enemies for them being 3 feet in front of me.
I
This
find
this
that
is
the
fantastic.
melee, I find that the melee in Titanfall 1 you know how it has its own little startup animation? I feel like that fucked with me. Like whenever I would aim at someone, like they do like this little thing, like this little jig before they kick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that really fucked with me because like their hitbox, it must have been off or something because as they're starting to move their legs and everything, it's just weird. I don't know, it weirded me out. It threw me off. But
Oh yeah, I mean it's the the melee system for Titanfall is a little busted, and I feel that besides some of the range issues, because I could melee people from pretty far away, they've done a lot to improve the melee attack in
hmm
Titanfall 2, and you can slide and melee and then like grapple somebody in melee,
hmm
and I'm like, wow, that's
A lot more variation.
What about the
yeah,
gun change?
and
What about the gun changes? Like, I mean, as are the guns still basically the same, or I mean, like, what's up with that?
Carbine still
the
works the same. Carbine
yeah,
still works the same. As the car SMG pretty much still works the same. I want to say maybe a slower fire rate. Would you say, Jorge? I feel
um,
like the fire
we
rate has kind of changed.
I'm I didn't use the car. I didn't.
Apparently, the
But
car has a slower fire rate than the carbine. That's what my friend told me.
okay.
And I was shocked to hear that. It's like, well, why would you use an SMG that has a slower fire rate than a rifle?
That yeah.
You know?
That's very true. That's kind of weird. Um, but as far as the weapons that I
Yeah.
used, they seemed pretty much the same. Even the sights. The big differences were uh the factory sights, the sights that
Mm-hmm.
came with the rifle.
That came with the default,
Those
yeah.
those were
Standard.
varied. Those were varied from Titanfall, but when you got to the holographic sights and the other sights that came with the rifles in the test, those were pretty much the same. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool because that kind of puts you in the same place, the same time.
Familiarity,
So you,
yeah.
yeah, so you know that if you're playing Titanfall 2, you know that this is the same war, this is the same
Let me
stuff.
see here.
It's just a little
Um,
further down the line, I feel.
all right, this is on
Yeah.
the official Titanfall.com. Over the past weekend, we heard a lot of passionate feedback from Titanfall fans, even through tech tests. Build is a couple months old. We learned some valuable things based on your feedback. Some of the things changes have already been addressed. We updated weekend to have tech tests with other changes making. Pilot mobility. Many players are wondering why we changed mobility from Titanfall 1. We identified two major issues we wanted to solve in Titanfall 2. The first is that the lack of player predictability would often cause players to be shot from the back or sides, while flanking is an important part of gameplay. Death often felt random instead of skillful. The second issue is that close range
True.
firefights were overly
Mm-hmm.
chaotic due to erratic player movement. So changes to pilot mobility
Hmm.
stemmed from a desire to improve our
Erratic, that's a good
gunplay
word.
and not a desire to slow down movement. We'll be tuning airspeed and wall running speed to be faster. While investigating this point, we discovered some unintended side effects that were causing players to lose momentum while wall running. Players should once again accumulate and retain more speed when chaining wall runs. Additionally, we're testing scaling back some of the dampering factors that were limiting bunny hopping, as we don't want these restrictions to impact normal traversal. Titan meter, we made some changes in Titanfall 2 with the goal of rewarding players for playing game mode objectives. However, we observed the problem that players can try to play the objective but fail, resulting in slower than intended Titan acquisition. We still want objectives to be
I
fastest
don't
way,
believe that.
you know, to get a Titan, but the goal of every player being guaranteed a Titan per match hasn't changed. Pilots will once again acquire a small passive amount of Titan meter every few seconds. That's actually a new update. Titan
Getting Titans
survivability.
really,
Yeah,
I
Titan,
don't know. I never had a problem getting Titans
Titan
in the
survivability. This is
pre-alpha.
this is one of the more
Huh.
complex issues addressed for several reasons. With this, I want to see. First, we've changed from Titans having energy shields to new Titan battery system, which we believe improves radio gameplay and rewards teamwork. In Titanfall 1, radio was lethal to Titans, forcing pilots to disembark and engage 50-50 in a 50-50 fight. Titanfall 2, the radio pilot steals a battery and damages an enemy Titan. If they can give the battery to a friendly Titan, the Titan receives a shield, and the pilot gets the Titan meter points. As the player becomes more familiar with the system, we expect the Titans that will live longer. This is an area we will continue to monitor leading up to launch. Another factor is that balance of Titan gameplay and tech test build is heavily affected by the limited amount of content we release in the build. For example, some Titans that aren't in the tech test have a strong defensive abilities. Certain Titan kits provide defensive upgrades, and even pilots have boosts that can improve Titan defenses. Lastly, there has been a lot of tuning since the tech test building that will tone down the amount of damage many weapons deal to Titans. Titan dashes will recharge faster now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Titan mobility, we've reduced the number of baseline dashes by compared to Titanfall 1, but all Titans have access to a new Titan kit that provides additional dash. This is the balance of new mobility of defensive options available to specific Titans. Tech test, however, doesn't include our fastest Titan, despite our confidence in our top-end speed. We have heard your feedback that Ion and Scorch feel too slow.
I don't agree with Ion feeling too slow. I do not agree with that. He has 2 dashes. How is he slow? And he's a lighter Titan. Scorch, on the other hand, has no dashes, and I would agree there. That
They
he
just
does feel slow.
by the way,
no, he had one.
This says
you can put one in. You can put one on
you can
with
put
the perk.
one on him.
We'll be showcasing more maps.
But that takes up a slot. I mean,
it says
you don't need a slot. Sorry.
I think you're going to get original maps. Actually, we'll be showcasing more maps over the next couple of weeks on our website, including more traditional Titanfall. I wonder if they're going to.
Cool.
I wonder if they're going to. You know, that would be awesome if they just like threw in the original maps as well. That'd be kind of cool. That would be easy.
What you read from that article about the movement, that was a good word to use for erratic.
Erratic.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yes. I
This is
was
from the
trying
official
to think of a
Titanfall
word,
site.
but
Titanfall.com.
that's a better word for the movement in Titanfall 1. Very erratic. And onto the subject about the guns you were talking about. You were asking about the guns. There are several new weapons. There were several new weapons that I did try out.
Cover the weapons in this at all? They didn't cover the power weapons at all in this.
I tried the L-Star. The L-Star is an energy-based LMG. I don't know if you saw that on my stream, but that thing is awesome.
No, I didn't see that part.
Like, has no ammunition. It just has a cooldown. If you overheat it, you have to reload it. You have to let it cool down and then reload it. So that's the trade-off. If you do overheat, it's a hell of a cooldown along with an actual reload.
Do you think the single player will actually make this game last? I mean, like, obviously people can play the single player. Anybody can play single player. Once single player is done, you usually don't play it again. But how is it that the single player will keep this the game, longer than the first one? And I'm really, really hoping this game lives longer than the first one did. The first one was amazing. It was different at first. But then everybody kind of got burnt out on it. I think, honestly, my opinion, I think everybody got burnt out on it due to lack of consistent content. Even though they did give the map packs for free, and then they eventually just gave away the fucking game. I really do hope that they're going to keep up with the content, even if it's something small, even if it's a new gun, like one free new gun, like every 3 months or something like that. Just kind of keep people interested, and or like maybe a new Titan. 6 months after release.
This is, it's still in pre-out. I mean, they still have the game coming out. It still has to come out, and they haven't really shown off. I mean, they've shown off a good amount of stuff.
They are keeping it close to the chest. I know.
The amount of content that was in the tech demo. I mean, they've already got pretty much a little more than half of what was in freaking Titanfall. The guns. The guns for the pilots, they already have like half of what was in Titanfall, maybe more, and that's just in the tech demo. When we finally get a full release, I think we're gonna see a lot more content. I don't think, I think it's a little too early to be questioning like, this game's gonna be the same. Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing as Titanfall 1. Like, people are already jumping ship and saying that like. This is going to be the same deal. It's going to die as soon as a couple months after it comes out. There's people that are already canceling their pre-orders. I mean,
that's not even giving not even giving it a chance. Well, I think the sales are definitely going to be up since it's going to be on, both next gen consoles
PS4,
and
yeah,
PC.
Multi-platform.
well.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
See,
multi-platform.
But that again, those comments about people jumping ship and talking trash about the game, those are the same
Mhm.
people that are excited for like just shit games. Like they can be
generic shooters.
yeah, they can be excited about another Call of Duty when Call of Duty
They're
hasn't.
probably excited about Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered.
Oh God, Jorge,
Let's
Jorge,
skip
have you
over
heard
Yeah,
about?
we were talking about that.
Oh
Oh
my
yes,
fucking God, let's
I don't
talk
want to talk
about
about
that
that right
again.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not talk about
No.
that right
Let's-
now. I
let's-
just
But,
wanted to continue. Can I talk about the weapons still? I just wanted to
Oh,
finish
yeah,
up on
sure.
the weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the Yell Star that was really good damage, high damage weapon. Overheats pretty easily though, but and you have to lead the shots. You have to lead the shots a little bit.
Yeah,
But that thing is awesome. That thing is fucking awesome.
it is. It's pretty
I've-
sweet.
And then
And
I didn't get to.
you know what it
what's up?
reminded me of actually a little bit, but like especially with the leading, the pacing of your enemy is the photon rifle. Is it the photon rifle? Or shit. The rifle off of Battlefront.
Oh shit. Are you talking about the burst rifle?
No, it's the one you can charge up one round. It's just one
Oh,
round.
I think I
It's
know
one
what-
of your it's one of your cards. I can't remember
Oh,
the name.
yeah. It's basically, I think you're right. It is the photon rifle or something like that because it's
Yeah.
a laser rifle or something. Because you charge up it's like a sniper shot. You charge it up and then pew,
Yeah.
it shoots and it kills insta kills pretty much if you charge
And
it.
the
100%.
that reminded me a lot of the same pacing that you have to do in Titanfall 2 with the L-Star.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, the L-Star was
um,
good. There was the Kraber. The Kraber is different in this one. You can definitely
yeah,
tell that it does not have as much of a drop. It doesn't have bullet drop in this one, I don't think. You do still have to lead the shot.
not enough. Yeah, you still gotta lead the
yeah.
shot, but I mean, it is. They just made it possible for 5-year-old kids to be sniper experts, and that annoys the shit out of me because, like, we were talking about like snipers and how difficult it is to be like a real sniper. It
Real
is
sniper.
ridiculous. That's why I hate sniper classes in first-person shooters because it's such a bitch move.
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick, you could
Yeah,
say. But still,
and it
I mean,
always will
to be
be.
fair, it is a video game. I mean, you want realistic
Alright.
stuff. You want realistic stuff. It's like Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield is as
Yeah.
close. There's probably others out there like Arma 3 or whatever the hell. I don't know, like some
I think Arma 3.
military simulators.
I think
Yeah,
I
there's
think
probably
Arma would
simulators
probably
out
be
there.
closer.
Yeah,
actual
closer.
Yeah.
But it's a video game, and I'm not gonna. It's especially a futuristic video game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like I guess you could say that. With
Hold on, guys.
modern
Hold on,
military-
guys. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, so I just saw, and I'm very, very happy about this. Sorry, this is completely off subject. The free game, and I've been wanting. I almost bought this fucking game, and I decided not to. Fucking the first Mirror's Edge for Xbox 360 is going to be the free game. Earthlock. I think Earthlock is the first free
Turn-based.
game.
It's a turn-based RPG. For
Assassin's
Xbox One,
Creed Chronicles China is the other game. I think it's like kind of
Oh,
like yeah.
Yeah,
Let
I've
me see
seen
what the
that.
next one is. All right, so that's Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. I'm super fucking happy that Mirror's Edge, the
China.
first one. I do own it on PC, but all right. So Forza Horizon for Xbox 360 is the other free one.
Not a bad selection. I just
And-
wish Catherine would fucking make an appearance on backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
I desperately want to try Catherine. I never got to play the demo.
And yes, Mirror's Edge. It is yes.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge.
First Mirror's
That's cool.
Edge is backwards compatible for free. in September. Yes, that makes me very fucking happy.
It's not a bad list.
Also, did you guys hear about? Jorge, this wouldn't really affect you. PlayStation Plus is going up $10 in October from $50
You
a
mean
year up to $60 instead of 50 for a year. 1 month is going to become $10, and instead of $17.99 for 3 months, it's going to go up to $25, matching Xbox Live in price.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
But so in case you guys do have PS Plus, go out and get those 3-month, 5-month, or 12-month cards while
Stock
you can.
up.
Yeah, just get them while they're still $10 cheaper, man. You may think $10 is not a lot, but $10 is $10. You know.
It's true.
It's
10
10.
bucks
It's
is
going to
10
be
bucks,
10
man.
more. It's going to be 10 more than the 12 month for Xbox Live, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's 60, because Xbox Live for 12 months is 50.
No, Xbox Live is 60, man, for 12
Is it?
months. Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah, it's 60.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's fucking lame.
I always
Playing
thought it
video
was-
games is expensive. unless you're like Jorge and you're a millionaire.
See, but like my problem is that you need to be online for this stuff. It's like it's a game. You should not make me.
Even
You should not force me to make a Steam account. You should not force me to be online to play my video games properly. And like I hate that, and I'll fight against it until the day I die.
It's funny how they're treating video games more like a service than a product, and that's the issue. They're treating it more like a service than a product. Even now, when we still have the physical disc, what are we doing? We're still installing the whole game onto the hard drive, and the disc is just verifying it, unless you buy something digitally. And Steam. I will say this: Steam did promise that if Steam ever went out of business or Valve ever went out of business, they said they will just unlock everything you own and basically will have it forever. So that's one thing Steam did promise. Now the thing is about buying games for consoles. You know what you're doing. You're buying a game for a console that has a shelf life, and now they're treating it more like a service because I think they're picking up that, okay, these games have shelf lives, but what's wrong with going back to an old game? Like, that's why it's so good to go back to like a Sega Dreamcast and be able to play, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive 2, or, Sonic Adventures or Power Stone. And if back then, if it was anything like it is now, we wouldn't be going back playing these games. We wouldn't be able to. Because most everything has to be connected to the fucking internet. And when they disable the system, it disables the game, which disables the service for playing the game, hence treating it like a fucking service. So it's fucking annoying. That's why the one machine I will never sell will be my Dreamcast. Because when the apocalypse hits, I'll be the guy's house to go over, play some Third Strike and Sonic.
Yeah. Well, that and I have, let's see, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, and PlayStation on my computer.
Oh, nice.
I can play whenever I want. Yeah, I got all the ROMs and
emulators.
I have the
that's a cool.
The emulators, and so it's great. So like whenever I feel like playing Mega Man X, bam, I can play Mega Man X, and I'm like,
the Super Nintendo emulators
and
the N64 emulators are probably like the easiest ones to use. PlayStation 1 is
that's annoying.
PlayStation 1's a little iffy, and then forget about PS2 and GameCube and all those. Forget about using those. But yeah, that was I understand what you're saying. I agree with you guys. I'm glad that at least we're getting backwards compatibility, though. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
I think that's one thing that Xbox One is doing right. They're at least making those old games relevant, whether you have the physical copy or whether they give them away for free. And I kept holding back on buying Mirror's Edge because I was like, man, it's $15. That's a lot for an old game. I already own it on PC. I was like, so I just couldn't bring myself to buying it, but I really enjoy the game, and it would be kind of nice to sit down on my couch and play Mirror's Edge. And Mirror's Edge, even a physical copy of Mirror's Edge at a mom and pop store is still easy, $10 to $15. The game really held its value because it was kind of a first of it was first to do the running and gunning crap. The second one, I have no interest in playing the second Mirror's Edge. I like it. It just they're like no guns, running, and better melee. I'm like, fuck that. I want to shoot stuff. Stuff needs shot. America. So, anyways, moving on. Suicide Squad. Mauler, Jorge, you both have seen Suicide Squad. And if you guys don't want to hear spoilers for Suicide Squad, plug your ears and go la la la, connect that dots, la la la. Just do that for like 10, 20 minutes straight, and you should be good.
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes straight.
Maybe.
Yeah. So,
Maybe. Yeah.
Suicide
maybe.
Squad. What did you think of it? Are the critics right? Are the critics wrong? Is it great? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it something that you would Pee Wee Herman in the middle of the fucking middle of the theater? All right, what's your and Jorge, you go ahead first.
Yeah, let him go first.
All right. Watch Suicide Squad. And like I don't know. Like I don't know enough about the actual Suicide Squad comic to make any harsh judgments upon the movie.
All right, just let's just say let's just classify it to just the movie alone. Like, forget about the history, forget about that. What did you think of the movie based on just the movie instead of the DC?
Just the movie, hackneyed, cliche, but I've seen worse. If we're just talking about the movie, like I've seen worse movies, but through the whole movie, you're like, oh, this is, like it just oozes cliche, and the writing is hackneyed, and a lot of the lines, I mean, you know exactly what the person's going to say, or the line or the joke feels forced, and you're kind of like, was this written by a 7th grader? Because I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder's kid wrote this, if he does have a kid, because he was an executive producer. So it's like, that's what I feel. I mean, I don't think it was like the worst movie. As I said, I've seen worse, but
Green Lantern.
Batman versus Superman. And then, like, all that baloney with Batman at the end of the movie getting all of this stuff to, to create the Justice League, getting all those profiles.
Fine.
And I'm like, oh, please. Like, good God.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to that, that's basically what they did with Marvel, the Avengers Initiative. Now, what I'm going to say is that it doesn't matter what DC does, because people are just going to hate them. If they try and do something like that, for instance, what they did at the end of the movie, to introduce these characters, to say, oh, Justice League, they try and hint at that.
Yeah.
They still get hate on it. And for the reason that Marvel did it first. Marvel did that first.
No,
yes,
they get hate on it because it's not Batman that starts the Justice League. And I know we're supposed to believe that Superman is dead, but I mean, the whole fiasco with Superman and Doomsday and Batman versus Superman made me want to barf. And then I see the Suicide Squad, and why, if they're having a Suicide Squad movie, why are they even putting hints at the Justice League in the movie itself? Like, what are you trying to do? That's it was already a bad enough movie. I don't need to see Ben Affleck again. Thank you very much.
I personally like Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't know. I heard that he was the one redeeming thing about Batman versus Superman.
In my opinion, Ben Affleck made a good Bruce Wayne. He made a terrible Batman.
I think I remember we discussed that on the last time we had you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember those specific words. um, I just think there's been way worse Batmans. Val Kilmer, Adam West,
George
who else?
Clooney.
George Clooney. George Clooney.
Nipple
Can't forget
Batman.
that son of a bitch.
Nipple
Can't forget that
bats.
son
Adam
of a bitch.
West. Adam West had to be the campiest, coolest Batman.
Dude, did you hear about the
know.
animated film that Burt Ward and Adam West just did?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Yes,
I
there's
heard
an
about that.
animated film. I'll later on. I'll post the trailer on
right.
Facebook or I'll post it on Twitter and shit. But yeah, Adam West and Burt Ward did an animated Batman film, and it wasn't
It's even got
animated.
the old style.
It wasn't
outfit,
animated
too.
like the '90s Batman. It was animated different,
Mm-mm.
and
Yeah.
I was
I wonder
like,
if they're gonna have
Alright.
like Kapow and like
probably.
those hit sound
And then
effects.
have like Dick Grayson making broad generalizations, and then Batman coming in and saying, "Hey, come on now, don't be like that." And then Dick Grayson would be like, "You're right, Batman."
God, I shouldn't have
Freaking
stabbed that
Robin-
prostitute
Robin's probably
30
gonna be like,
times.
holy,
I'm gonna go
holy
home and sit
bat
down and think
testicles,
about
Batman.
it. Yeah. Even in the animation, they still had to tape down Burt Ward's penis. So they actually had to do that for the show,
Anyway,
for the live action show. Like, hey, you guys, don't be stabbing anyone now. Thanks, Batman. I'm gonna take this corpse home and think about it. That's right. So, Adam West.
as far as as far as Suicide Squad went, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was amazing, and I wouldn't say it was bad. It was in between.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it wasn't. I mean, the characters were portrayed pretty well. The villains were portrayed pretty well. The one thing that I did not like about the movie, the biggest thing that I didn't like about the movie was the fact that they humanized these villains.
Villains.
Ha.
Just fucking,
Villains.
that's how we're gonna say it from now on. These villains.
That sounds so much better.
Sounds like an
It sounds so
Italian.
much better.
Sounds like an Italian, like
Billions. It does sound pretty good.
It
These
sounds,
villains.
I would say the only one that needed humanized was, well, if I'm including all of the comic stuff, was Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Because like she needed to be humanized because the
Yeah,
Joker
no, definitely.
on multiple
She-
occasions has
Mhm.
beaten the shit out of her, raped
I
her.
agree.
Poison Ivy
He
took
stole
a
her
bullet
innocence,
for her.
basically.
You know,
He stole her
yeah.
innocence when you look at it, and they do a good job of portraying that. They do a good job of showing that off. How, he basically seduced her into being with him with
Yeah,
different methods.
But
of course.
like the only thing that bugs me about their relationship is that like Harley, towards the end of the movie, is like so happy to have Mr. J back, and it's like it's not really like that. It's a far more complicated relationship that they might not have been able to cover in the film. But yeah, like the villains were.
You look at his face, though. Did you see Joker's face? Like
Weak
when
sauce, yeah.
No, I like Jared Leto's Joker. I thought he felt like more of a comic-y version of Joker, if you ask me. I think he took a mixture, like a blend of the three Jokers that have existed, like Mark Hamill, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger. I think he kind of like took
Yeah.
do you know what idea
took
that
from them.
You know what idea that no one ever thought of? Like, all right, so obviously everybody knows Mark Hamill is the voice of the animated Joker, video games, and all that. But
Yeah.
if we really wanted a Mark Hamill sounding Joker, obviously Troy Baker did the voice of the Joker in Batman Arkham Origins when Mark Hamill stepped away from doing the Joker for a while. Troy Baker is tall. He has the hair, and he has a very narrow jaw. He would make a perfect Joker for the Mark Hamill, and doing the Mark Hamill impression would be just fucking amazing. Like he could be like the Batman Arkham Asylum Joker easily, and he could physically look like it too, because he's tall, he's lanky, you know. I'm like, and I called my friend Elisa, and I'm like, why has no one thought of this? That the one guy that can go, oh Batty, you should know. Why isn't that guy fucking Joker? Why, like, you know, why isn't he?
Because he's not an actor.
Yeah, he's a voice
jeez.
actor now, and that's why it's different.
He's acted.
I was gonna say he's probably, but
Voice
still,
actors
it's not
are
like,
actors. Takes a lot of.
Yeah, they're actors.
That's not the
but
point.
he's-
It's a
but
different. It's a different school of
thing.
thought. Yeah.
When you're
Like,
on
he's-
screen on a camera, it's different from being behind a microphone and just
Yeah.
in a box. You
Because
know?
like some ways or like some things they do to get their voice has a lot with how they interact with the microphone as well, and you're not going to be able to do that in a movie set. So like
on top of that, they've got those warm-ups that they probably do too. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're doing those.
yeah.
They probably have some strange habits that they do when they talk in those kinds of voices, and it's just not going to look right on camera.
Yeah, it's not going to be right. Well, I mean, I don't think they'd film that, but
Well, yeah, but
it would
you
be
know.
nice, but you're not going to see anything like that, you know. Or I mean, you could just use.
It's a cool idea in theory.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or and
I've
kind of
always
the same.
wished for that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the same thing when you see. Oh man, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it. It's shit.
It's
Batman.
slipped.
I think it is Batman Arkham Asylum, where it's the 2-part DC movie where they got who did they get to do the Joker? Son of a gun.
Wait, two-part Batman movie? Are we talking about Dark Knight Returns?
Oh yeah, Dark Knight Returns, not Arkham. Why was I thinking Arkham? Probably because it was said earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I watched that earlier today, actually.
yeah, and
watched the
like
first
that
part earlier today.
that one's really good, but the Joker wasn't voiced by Mark Hamill. But then you get to the killing joke.
Was it the one that was John DiMaggio, the guy that does Bender?
No.
Because that
No,
was
it wasn't
fucking terrible. I love the guy to death. John DiMaggio is great. Bender, he does Gears and all that. But him as the Joker was just fuck awful.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It wasn't
No.
him, but like the Dark Knight Returns.
Avery,
was
something Avery,
really good.
something
Yeah.
Avery, something Avery. I
And,
can't remember what the heck the full name is. Let me see if I can
like
find
that.
it.
That didn't feel like the Joker.
Yeah,
That felt like something else. And then you get to the killing joke, and you got Mark Hamill. But I think they kind of made Mark Hamill kind of tame his Joker voice. It was good, but it just wasn't.
How was the
You know,
killing
it
joke?
felt like something was missing.
I heard like the
What's
last.
that?
I heard like his speech at the very end is like amazing.
It's good. I mean, it's a dark story. It's definitely not for kids. You know, and
somebody said that
Michael
they
Emerson. That's his name. Michael Emerson voices the Joker from The
Okay,
Dark
yeah.
Knight Returns. Oh, I remember this guy. Okay, yeah. I've seen him before in a couple of
What does his Joker
shows
sound
and
like?
movies. It's
like a suave businessman.
yeah.
It doesn't
Very
really
posh,
sound
very
like the
posh,
Joker.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of posh.
kind of like Quagmire being the Joker. Giggity.
Now I have this image. Now all of a sudden I have this image.
Now I'm gonna
of
have
the
to, like,
Joker just
make,
kinda, like,
like,
just tweaking out while he's saying giggity. Like
I'm gonna like bring up like a picture of like Quagmire and just like paint like make his face white and make it look like Heath Ledger's Joker. That'll be fucking great.
But
Suicide Squad though, it kind of sounds like mediocrity at its best. And when I talked to Elisa about it, she went and saw it, and she called me and she said, and her exact words, because she was trying to find a way to explain it, and she finally found the sentence going, "Go in with low expectations and you'll have fun." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, there we go. I think that's the best way to describe.
The thing that I was talking about humanizing the characters, right? And
Yeah.
Jorge mentioned that the only character that really needed it was Harley Quinn. In the movie, when it comes to the final battle, they're all buddy buddy with each other and shit. And there's a lot of moments throughout the movie where they're like, "Oh, let's get a drink." You know, like they go into a bar for a moment. They
Yeah,
start
like
drinking,
that.
which
That's what I'm talking
it
about.
was
Like the
okay.
cliche, hackneyed bull
hmm
crap. It's
I feel
like,
like the comedy, like the jokes and stuff, they're kind of meant to be forced. They're kind of shoehorned in there because it's not, let's face it, it's no Deadpool. It's not meant to be a funny action movie. It was just meant to be comic relief, filler, like just
yeah, but
like
I mean,
a.
it's so bad. I mean, it's
Well,
not.
I mean, you can't
You're
you
like,
can't
And
have
like,
the
it's
best comic
so
relief ever. I mean,
you
sometimes
know,
comic relief just
like the
doesn't
the
hit.
thing is for those jokes to be forced and shoehorned in and still work, there has to be a dynamic or some sort of tension between the villains that we need to be able to see. And when you don't have that, it just becomes like just bad. You're like, oh, ah. And then um
The only
like
the only times that I
just like
really
cliche
laughed
movie stuff.
the only times that I really laughed were when Harley Quinn spoke at one point. Like it was a couple things that Harley Quinn said that I laughed at, that I chuckled at. Didn't really go, I didn't fucking burst out laughing, but I
Yeah.
chuckled. I was like, ha ha ha, that's pretty funny. Um, but for the most part, the whole humanizing thing, like if you watch the animated film of Assault on Arkham Asylum, I think that's the title of the movie. Not sure 100%, but it's Assault on something.
Yeah.
And it shows the Suicide Squad together and whatnot. Throughout that movie, they are constantly trying to backstab each other. They are constantly trying to fuck
Oh
over each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
And in this movie, I feel like there's a lack of that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when they humanize them, they made them get along so swimmingly, and it's just like there were a couple moments where they were like, "Oh, let's bail" or whatever. There was some moments like that, but there's moments where in the animated film, Captain Boomerang is legitimate, straight up fighting fucking Deadshot. He's
Yeah.
fighting Deadshot in the animated film. I believe that's what happens. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I'm pretty sure. And none of that happens in this movie. I feel like this movie's very, like it didn't have those interactions between the characters, but their portrayals
It did
were
not.
pretty accurate.
I heard they didn't really use
But
the Joker all too much. Like he
no, they did not.
like 4 scenes. That
No.
was it.
No.
And a lot of his scenes got deleted. And Jared Leto was talking about like, oh, if I ever die, they'll release the deleted footage. It's just like, dude, you're not Heath Ledger. Like you're not good. Don't worry, buddy. You're
He
not
didn't
gonna die.
what?
Yeah, he actually came out and said, like if I die,
I heard there were a lot of false things. There were some things where he said like that. He said fuck the studio or whatever. There was some bunch of different things going around. You can't always trust
Yeah.
everything you see on the internet. Um, I would say
Pretty
that
much.
they did that for reasons like I think they did a wise choice with not showing him too much. Because when he did show up, I feel like he really did take the scenes.
Do you think
Like,
it's
and
like setting it up for a Joker Batman movie? I mean, like
well, yeah, there's
Jared
probably
Leto said in an interview that he would love to go 1-on-1 against the
do
Bat
something with Ben, yeah,
or Superman.
which would be pretty cool. I liked Injustice, so Injustice's story was fucking sick.
But
But
are you guys excited about the Injustice movie at all? Did you see the Injustice trailer?
like,
I
I'm
have
sorry,
not.
not Injustice. I'm sorry, not Justice League. Fuck, shut the fuck
I'm
up,
like,
Mauler.
wait, they're making it Injustice.
No. Have
Breakthrough.
you seen the Justice
Like,
League
what?
trailer?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen it, Jorge?
No, I have not.
It's basically the trailer's very light. There's a lot of very humor in it, and the highlight of the trailer is the Flash. You know, he walks in and he's like, "Why are you here?" He's
Why
like,
are you saying my second favorite seat?
chair.
Why are you? Yeah, second favorite chair.
And then like he's like, "Well, I'm putting together," and like without warning, Ben Affleck throws a batarang at him, and then like time stops like really slow, and he just kind of like walks to the side and realizes, "Holy shit, Batman is in my fucking room," and so it's good. Aquaman is kind of being a hard ass, being trying to be a tough guy and shit, and
Honestly, I like that because he looks okay.
mean as fuck, dude.
He looks mean as fuck. That's fine, and he needs to give that portrayal because the older portrayal is so fucking lame. Nobody likes
kinda.
Aquaman. Come on, who really like? Oh, I'm so hyped for Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
You know,
no,
Dude,
but
they, like Ben Affleck, Batman in the trailer, even at the very end, he says his name and he's like, "The man that talks to fish." Like, really? Is that how you're gonna get your viewers hype? Batman looking at Aquaman, going, "You talk to fish." Like,
But that's the whole joke is that he's kind of. It seemed like he was kind of like making fun of him, but James Momoa is playing a fucking mean ass Aquaman. He
dude,
looks like he's intimidating.
He looks like
He's
somebody.
fucking intimidating.
yeah,
dude.
there's actually a series. I forget the name of the series where, they did that to Aquaman in the comics. I can't remember.
And Aquaman just goes on a murderous rampage and kills everybody in Cincinnati.
He just creates a tsunami.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
swallows up
A tsunami of whales.
He makes a second Atlantis.
You're not only drowning, you're getting crushed to death.
So what about this? What about this new Metal Gear game?
Oh, fuck my fucking ass, that new game. Jesus Christ.
Where do you come up with this stuff, Konami?
It is
That's all I know.
me and Mauler covered it very briefly in the last podcast, but it is a co-op zombie fuck stain of a game. They tried to make the trailer look Kojima-ish, and it just doesn't. It looks bad, and everybody is just like, really, why did you even bother? It's just like you saw what happened to Umbrella Corps. That didn't work out too fucking well.
Umbrella Corps, yes, that's what it is. All right.
Yeah, it's Umbrella Corps, except fucking Metal Gear. People are pissed because it's a supposedly a four-player co-op shooter, zombies where you gotta survive. I mean, why? Why? There's left.
I have no idea. I
was
was talking
telling
with
Jorge
Mauler
about-
earlier that I didn't see Metal Gear, and they might have alluded to Metal Gear towards the end of the trailer, but Metal Gear, Kojima has always had some type of mystic something in his games with a character here or there that was either truly magical or just a smoke and mirrors magician kind of thing. Yeah. And so now I think they've carried that way too far, and like these crystals grow out of their heads, and it's like, oh, survive. And I'm like, so you see Snake at the beginning of the trailer, and that's about it. He's got the eye patch, so it's got to be
Big Boss.
Yeah, it's got to be. But like, did you see that? Like, it looked like Liquid had, because it looked like Solid and Liquid, and both had eye patches. And like, I'm like, what's going on? Because there was a blonde dude with Solid Snake.
Yeah.
So now it's after Vietnam. It's Big Brother time. Well, I guess the real. I don't know. It's just bad.
the guy in the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, when he says, "Now go, let the legend come back to life." That's
Yeah.
Ocelot, isn't it?
Is
That's
it a
Ocelot?
balding dude with a long gray ponytail?
In a great ass.
Well, I mean, he's not really getting. I mean, think of when Big Boss was around. That's not. I wouldn't say that he was getting old because in Snake Eater he was young as fuck. Remember? In Snake Eater, Ocelot was super fucking young. He was like the bitch boy of the game, really.
Hey guys, keep
Yeah,
talking.
kind of, but
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
But then Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain came around, and I never got to play it, but when I first saw the trailer, I could have sworn that he was Ocelot, the guy that's talking to him, telling him what to do in Afghanistan, and he's saying that what's his name? Macmillan, or is that his name? Is
yeah.
that the guy's name that they're trying to save? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think whatchamacallit, I think that was Ocelot. Now, could that have been him maybe in what you're talking about in this Survive trailer? Because he does have
I
blonde
don't
hair. I feel
know.
like Ocelot has blonde hair. Ocelot does have
When
blonde
he's
hair.
young, but he doesn't have an
Yeah.
eye patch. Ocelot's got two
True.
eyes.
True. Yes. That is
But
true.
like my thing is too,
Mm.
it's like, the way that the characters age in the Metal Gear series,
Yeah. It's
you
really
know,
crazy.
it's kind of strange, especially like uh, you've got Metal Gear, you've got
Yeah.
Snake's Revenge,
Hmm.
Metal Gear Solid, or
Yeah.
no, Metal Gear 2, no, Metal Gear 2,
Yeah.
Metal
yeah.
Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal
Two.
Gear
Yeah.
3, and like Metal Gear Solid 3, Sons of Liberty, or Guns of the Patriots,
Wait.
something like
No,
that.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, then Metal Gear Solid 4.
Snake Eater. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, then
See,
Metal Gear Solid
and
4
like
Guns
it's
of the
so
Patriots.
confusing because it's like you learn that basically
Yeah.
like Big Boss and Solid and Liquid
Yeah.
are all the same,
Technically,
you
yeah.
know.
They basically
Technically, yeah. And so
on a
like
genetic level they are, yeah.
who was the original Big Boss that, you know,
Pretty sure it was
made
Naked
all
Snake
of this
from
possible, and then like is
wasn't it from
Solid.
Snake Eater 3? Snake Eater Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, you play as I think you play as Naked Snake, and that's when he becomes Big Boss. That's when when he kills Boss, that's when he becomes Big Boss.
Yeah.
Because he was doing that mission in Russia, and then whatchamacallit, Boss ended up betraying, well, supposedly betraying the
Yeah.
United
And
States.
like
She had to
you
go
have
under.
Merle in that game too, don't you? No.
So how'd you become a
No,
big
What
boss?
the hell's
Well,
Ava.
I killed my boss at
Ava.
Walmart. That's how.
So I became Big Boss.
I became
But
big
like
boss.
that, like
Ava is the one that you're thinking about, I
Ava,
think.
yeah.
That's in there. That's in Snake
And
Eater. Yeah, the
and it's kind of weird.
The
So
timeline is so crazy. The timeline is super fucking, like, it's so out of order.
yeah, it
But
is.
yeah, but it's still like it makes it hard to follow, and that's why everybody gets so damn confused because if they don't get to play every single one, it's just like,
Yeah,
where the
that's what
fuck
I
am
was.
I?
That's actually what I said
What time
yesterday.
period am I in?
even if you do play every single one, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
so it looks like I'm playing as Snake, but I'm actually going to become Big Boss. That's why younger versions of me have two eyes and they're clones, but I don't find out
It's
that I'm an
so weird.
actual like I don't find out that we're clones until like 30 years after they start this whole thing, and then like why do I become a
Yeah.
bad guy? Why am I Big Boss when originally I was Naked Snake or just, Snake?
Yeah. Shut up,
So
Mom.
That was the name of my porn, Naked Snake.
Naked Snake.
Remember that?
Oh, man. But yeah,
I was
just
saying that
feel-
yesterday. By the way, I was because obviously the Xbox One gave away Ground Zeroes for free, and I just kind of like part of the reason I haven't played is because I kind of feel like I'm just starting at the end, and then of course there's Phantom Pain right after. But
I would say that's the middle around
eh,
there. Like it's a little after Peace Walker, or it's before Peace Walker, I think.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
Peace Walker.
yeah, it's before Peace Walker, and that's more towards the begin. It's more towards the beginning. Let's just put it that way. I think it's more towards the beginning. It's not really the middle. It's more towards the
okay.
beginning of the
Well,
story.
I mean, like I mean overall gaming in gaming overall. It's just like when it comes to the series, I kind of feel like I'm starting at the end. And when I've never even given the originals a chance. But if I ever do decide to actually go back, I think I'll start with the GameCube remake of the first one. Better controls, better graphics, better boxes to hide under.
But
So better
Yeah.
boxes,
Nah.
HD boxes. That's what we really want in our video games.
But
High def.
yeah, I just feel
High def
like the
cardboard.
whole situation. I was telling Jorge about this. The whole situation with Konami is that they've gotten out of touch with their community, their fan base, and it's similar situation to Capcom except way worse. It's just 10 times worse because they show no signs of going back. Like they show no signs of going back to what they used to be. And I mean they're moving on to mobile gaming, pachinko machines. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater got like they teased this footage of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater and it was updated visuals like remake quality, like
Yeah.
just it looked amazing, and people were like, oh my god, please tell me you're remaking fucking Snake Eater. No, it's a pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking joking? You really know how to piss off your fan base. Like if you like at this point it's coming off as trolling. And I think that it's just they're done for. Like they're done for in terms of the gaming industry, people are just not. I think that people are eventually going to just stop buying into their bullshit.
Yeah.
Except for mobile gaming, maybe I don't know.
I don't
Because
even
people that
think
play mobile
people.
games, let's face it.
I don't even think like they need any help for people to stop buying their games. I think this was like the last kind of straw. Like, okay, no one's gonna
Yeah.
buy this shit. No one's buying this
Like-
zombie shooter bullshit. You
I
know?
mean, before this, people were putting hashtag fuck Konami.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Like,
before
I mean, if that doesn't say.
Yeah.
hashtag double penetration Konami.
Yeah, double penetration, fuck them. But like the mobile gaming thing, that'll probably do fine for them. That's the thing; they're a company that doesn't need to have to do well in their gaming department, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Sony thing. Sony has multiple different pieces of technology. They've got TVs, they've
It's
got
true.
computers, they've got they got so much shit.
Yeah,
It's
like
a similar situation to that.
everybody's that way,
Yeah, for the most part.
except for people that like are just sole game developers. That's
Yes,
why,
yes.
like you look at Lionhead Studio,
Mm-hmm.
they're not around anymore.
Nope.
The same with
Unfortunate.
Mojang Studios sold Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the only thing they had. They were working on other stuff, but
Nothing's gonna be to that standard for them.
Yeah,
I don't think ever again.
And like my problem is that people want money, and I can't blame them for that. I can't blame
No,
people for
definitely
wanting
can't
to
blame
make
them.
money. But like when that's all you want to do and you're not Blizzard, you're going to fail. I don't know how Blizzard made it for so fucking long, because I tell you what, for over a decade, I was pissed that I wasn't getting Diablo 3 because all these assholes were buying quadrillions of dollars worth of WoW subscriptions, and I'm like, this is absolute bullshit. This is so fucking stupid.
Y'all are playing World of Warcraft. I'm just sitting here waiting for Diablo 3, motherfuckers.
Yeah, like seriously, I'm like, okay, I first heard about Diablo 3 in like 1998 or 99. Okay,
Yeah.
I had to wait until the next century to get the game. And I mean, it was only like a decade, but still, I had to wait a fucking decade for a game to come
I
out?
remember.
Like, how long were you waiting for StarCraft 2? Like, come
I
on,
remember
seriously.
when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, and I would be walking in the store with my mother, and I would see Diablo 2. I was like, "Oh, that looks awesome! I want to get it. Can I get that?" My mom was super religious, so she would
Yeah.
not. She just took one look at it. She was like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." And I always wondered. I was like, "What is that game? I see it being advertised everywhere. I want to try it out." I was like 10 years old. I don't know, something like that. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to try it out, you know? But yeah, it's safe to say I never ever got to get into Diablo back then. I only played Diablo 3 and I missed out, I believe.
You
But
did. I'm gonna say that you did because like Diablo 2 was great. There were
mm,
on especially on the PlayStation, there were memory
yeah.
card
Heard
hacks
about
that
that.
you could do for fast like power leveling and whatever you
Oh,
kids
that's
call it
cool.
these days, duping items and
Hmm.
everything like that. But like Fallout 3, I thought was gonna continue the story from Fallout, and it didn't. I'm like, ah. And I get Fallout 4, and I'm like, ah. But like New Vegas was actually continuing the story. That's why I liked New Vegas so much. You know,
Hmm.
it's just I don't get it. I don't know. Uh, one, I don't know what the companies are thinking or developers are thinking, and I don't feel that gamers, even people that are hardcore fans, need to talk to developers about what they want in a video game because honestly, unless you can take a seriously objective look at what you're playing, you're not going to be able to give good feedback or you're not
Hmm.
going to be able to critique things properly. And that goes for everybody, myself included. Like, there are some games that are just, they're bad. Like, no lie, they are not good games. And I play the hell out of them because when I was a kid, that's what I was doing. I was playing this game, even though it was a giant bag of shit. I'm like, this game's freaking great. Like, there's a Nintendo game called Magician, and if you
Hmm.
guys don't know about a Nintendo game called Magician, you need to go play it because
Originalness?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
your good old NES machine.
Yeah, I got one actually.
And um yeah, I'm staring at my Nintendo right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
like this game, it just drops you off in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't teach you anything about the game itself. And like if you mess up, you're just dead. Like and you have to construct these spells, all right?
Yeah.
And it never tells you how to construct the spells, not even in the instruction manual, because those were actually pretty important back in the day. Um, but that game, I love it. I love it, and I have so many things memorized. You know, it's like, oh, I'm walking through the desert. What do I need? Water? No, I don't need water. I need to put on sunglasses when I walk through the desert. You know, shit like that. It's like, how are you going to guess? You know, you have this inventory full of stuff. You're walking through the desert, and then you just crumble into dust unless you get these sunglasses. Does the game hint at how to get
Mm-mm.
these sunglasses? Hell no. You know, and it's shit like that that make it doesn't. It's not a good game, but man, I'll play the shit out of that game. You know,
Yeah.
and but other games, I'm able to look at them objectively, completely objectively, and like I want to contact some of these big developers and be like, please, this is not what you need to be doing. You know, this is not. And like maybe I should put a disclaimer in there, but it's like if your only goal is to make money and swindle the consumer, then do what you're doing. But if you want to make a lasting impression on the community in a positive way, you need to do something else.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
And there's a lot of companies that are in it for the money.
Yeah,
Just in it for
and I
the
mean
money.
that sucks. You should like
Mhm.
money's fine, but you need to take care of your consumer.
Damn. Yeah, I gotta. We were talking about like tutorials and stuff. You're telling, that got me thinking. You were talking about Magician and how it just doesn't give you any hints or anything. You just
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
It made me start thinking about tutorials.
I hate tutorials. Oh, hello?
My microphone died. Microphone died.
Oh,
We
okay.
can.
I'm like,
No,
I hate
back.
where did he go?
tutorials.
I'm like,
Silence.
yeah, I'm like, I hate tutorials, and then Mauler
He got
disappears.
so
I'm like,
fucking
oh
mad
boy.
he walked outside and punched somebody.
Fucking tutorials. Yeah.
He just throws the shit down. He's like, "Fuck this shit! Fuck all of it! I'm gonna go outside and punch somebody! Fucking tutorial! Fuck!"
Anyway, what I was talking about though before
And
the
that's
damn
what
controller
happened.
so
That's what
before the
happened.
controller so inconveniently shut down.
Yeah.
I was talking about this clip that I recorded from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Remember I was telling you about how the game
Yeah, and it
uh,
makes fun of the tutorials.
it makes fun of the whole tutorial thing. Oh my god. At least like 7 or 8 boxes popped up one after the other, prompting me to press the A button. Like
That's
8,
awesome.
maybe more, maybe even more. And the guy's like, "God damn it, I fucking hate tutorials."
That's awesome.
The guy that plays Kyle Reese from
Mm-hmm.
Terminator.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I forget his damn name. But he voices the guy from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. And
I
he's
think it was
just like,
Michael
"God damn, I
Michael
fucking hate
something.
tutorials."
Michael. Can't remember I know
I
his
don't
first
know.
name was Michael.
Yeah, something like
Okay, you said he played Voss at Far Cry 3.
that. Huh?
What did you say? No.
No, I said he plays the main guy in Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, not Far
Ah,
Cry 3.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Blood Dragon is the spin-off standalone arcade game that came out for
Which
it.
is like the 80s spit out a first person shooter. And
Yes, it's fucking amazing. They have the shotgun from Terminator. They got the pistol from RoboCop. They got
fucking A,
just a
dude.
bunch of awesome. Yeah, they got so many cool like little gimmicks in that game from the
Yeah.
80s.
A question for Jorge. Since you
All
do
right.
stream when you are home, what is your number one rally racing game? What is your go-to game if you want to stream a rally racing game now? Is it still Loeb, or did you get something else?
No, I'm gonna have to go with Dirt. Even though like Loeb does have more tracks, does have more availability, the steering controls kind of kill Loeb for me on any type of broadcasting or competitive level. The steering on Dirt Rally is a lot better, a little more intuitive, a little easier to handle. So even though there's not a huge selection, I would still it's shit. Well, you know what? It's a toss up. It's still a
Kind of
toss
whatever
up,
you're
but
in
the
the mood for
controls
at
for
the
Dirt
day.
Rally are tighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember Dirt Rally. Wait, which rally game were you having trouble with? But then you got
Oh, deleting my save? That was Sebastian Loeb.
Okay, that's right. I remember
He
you
was
were
deleting my saves.
not happy about that either.
I was
That's
not.
unfortunate.
He was very not happy.
It's
And
literally broken.
just so everybody knows, General Jorge does a German/English stream at twitch.tv/General Jorge. General Jorge being one word, Jorge being started with Jorge.
Yes.
You can also
That's
get
how you
him.
spell Jorge.
And you can also find him at twitter.com/general_Jorge86. Follow him there, and he also tweets out when you usually tweet out when you stream. And
Yes,
and
you do.
and your favorite streamers, you also tweet out them. And
Yes,
Ooh
you
La
do.
La and who else? So Ooh La La.
Ooh La La 87, Ginger Ninja. I try to tweet out whenever I see anybody like yourself or Devious or anybody basically.
And now Mauler's actually streaming again.
Yeah, trying to get that
He's
going.
twitch.tv/MP Mauler, and you can actually, if you type that into YouTube, you can also he's actively on YouTube again. So everybody's streaming.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing
That's right.
Everybody. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I would love to have you back again, Jorge. Definitely again.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
And you're gonna be gone for when are you leaving?
I'm leaving tonight, and I'll only be gone for a week because I took vacation.
Oh, okay.
So that ate up a week of my rotation because I'm here at home on vacation.
Oh, okay, that's new. You were saying you'll be gone for 2, but that's changed. And since you're gonna be back in a week, you gonna be back streaming in a week?
Yes, I'll be back streaming next Thursday.
And today is just so everybody knows, today is August 24th that we're recording this, and this recording will probably go up near the end of August next week.
We're talking to you from the past. No, the future.
Yes. Wait.
What?
No, this is the past.
We're talking to you.
Past.
We're talking to you from our present, which is the past, to you in the future.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
In other words,
there we go.
We're time cops.
We're time cops.
We're recording stuff. That's what we're really doing.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what it means. We're recording stuff.
Yeah, we're recording
for later consumption.
Yes, for later eating. You can eat us if we become bread. I don't know how to segue from that.
I don't think anybody does.
I am bread. I am bread.
I am bread. The video game.
The video game. There you go.
I am bread. I think there
Perfect
was
segue.
a video game called I Am Bread.
There is a video game called I Am Bread. Yes,
Yeah.
that was what I was trying to refer.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember seeing something on Steam. That was a fancy.
It's a frustrating game.
It's a fancy.
It's a frustrating game.
Is it like this?
As frustrating as Super Meat Boy, or?
No, it's worse.
God.
The controls are shit.
it?
The controls are shit.
What
and
was
you have
that?
to
What about
literally,
What about Octodad?
It's purposely. It's like it's equivalent to Surgeon Simulator, like in terms of the controls.
God.
Like where you are so frustrated that the controls don't want to work, and it makes you rage. You're supposed to get yourself to a toaster to make yourself become toast from bread.
So
basically, you're
killing
yourself.
Self-mutilation.
You're
Nice.
killing yourself.
It's a game about suicide.
You're burning yourself alive.
Wow. Wow. Just,
And- Yeah. Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting concept, but yeah, it's a bad game. Let's just put it that way. I've seen so many people like break keyboards over that game.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I think that's any last thoughts, people, before we stop the broadcast.
That's it. That's it. I think we're good.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I think we're good.
I think later podcasts we'll have to stay focused more because I mean we digress a lot and I enjoy that. It's like sometimes I'm like, does the audience know what we're really talking about or what point we're trying to drive home? But if
That's usually
happen,
the confusion that follows my streams.
yeah. Like either way, if that doesn't happen, I just hope that the listeners to the podcast here enjoy themselves, because I mean, if you listen closely, we actually do make quite a few valid points about video games and movies and all that other stuff. We do.
I don't contribute a goddamn thing. So I'm just a fucker recording it.
That's not
we
true all
still
the
love
time.
you, Nom.
You say,
Why do we let the autistic guy talk? I don't know. I don't contribute.
Anyway,
I don't contribute. Fuck.
Oh yeah, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about Berserk, but we can leave that for another time.
Berserk can be kind of a me and you thing anyway.
Yeah, it's always a me and you thing anyway.
Yeah.
But I was telling Jorge about it to check.
Yeah,
it out.
I was comparing it to like Kill the Kill with the clothes.
Are you guys
You know,
cheating on
because
me?
because of his armor.
You're just cheating on me with each other. That's how it is. No, I'm just
So,
kidding.
sometimes it happens.
I'm
It's-
just fucking.
Something's happened, Nom. I'm sorry.
That's the one time I walked up to Jorge. Hey man, you want a sword fight? He's like, sure, as long as the balls don't touch. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
it works.
hey, you gotta have boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries.
Etiquette.
Dick-
It's all about etiquette.
Dick boundaries.
Dick etiquette.
Dick boundaries.
etiquette.
Dick etiquette. Or
Dick etiquette sounds
editing dick. That's all right. I'm gonna play a song now.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
cut it.
Everybody say
Yeah, we're
outro
done.
music. Outro music.
Outro music.
Outro music.